Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the bilderbergs, they have a meeting every year. Sometimes they meet in the United States, but most of their meetings are in Europe. They have a Bilderberg hotel in, where's it, Lutsen something in Virginia, in other places, Holland. They have lots of places. But listen to this. What they want right now, they want the United States dollar to fall. Because what they want is, they want to destroy the wealth of the nation. So they destroy the economy, they destroy the wealth of the nation. They want to bankrupt nations, they want to bankrupt governments. So with time, every nation is going to decline. Every nation is going to fall. Every nation is going to fall. It's going to collapse. Right now, every nation is on the break. Every bank is on the break. Like I said, Canada, U.S., all these bank systems have to go. They're never coming back. And they're going into dictatorship. Sastic dictatorship, which has already happened. Like here in Canada, it's no longer called the Canadian government. It's called Harper's government, Stephen Harper. Harper's government. And now, that's why they're training. They're actually training. They're training the police to become like militarized police. They're militarizing the police. Why the police are changing everything. That's why the police and the army are working together, getting ready for the future. Because that's what their main goal is. They're planning everything. This is going to be the New World Army, the One World Government's army. They have everything ready, everything to go. And they were here in Ottawa back in 2006. They were discussing the war in Iran. They were discussing to take out Hugo Chavez, and they were talking about the North American Union with Canada, U.S., and Mexico merged into one super country. We'll share the same currency. And they were discussing everything else. Like, they were discussing policy meetings. That's what they do. This is against the Logan Act. They're discussing policy secretly. And there's this guy, Daniel Estalon. He has special clerks, special people that are in these meetings that people that are in the Bilderbergs don't have a clue about. Because you know what, ladies and gentlemen? There's actually whistleblowers out there that are releasing this information. You may be asking the question, why? Because these people have a conscience. They can't keep it in. It's just too much. It's consuming them. They have to let it out. They have to warn humanity. So they came back and they said this is what their plan was back in 2006. To make the oil prices go up and down. And plus the mortgages on the house were going to fall. Or it was going to go up. I forget if it was going to fall or go up. And what happened in 2008, it happened exactly like that. And they try to make it sound like, oh, it just happened. But in reality, it was all planned out here in Ottawa at the Brook Street Hotel in 2006 by the Bilderbergs. This is what their planning is. What they want to do is they want to crash the United States dollar, and the euro has to fall, and then the U.S. dollar. And China's probably going to take over the United States. There's just so many stuff. And what they're really pushing for, like we were just talking about, population control, they're pushing for a one-child policy. And even in the documents, ladies and gentlemen, it says you're going to have to ask for permission to have a baby. You're going to have to ask for permission to have a child. You cannot just have a child because you want to have a child. You see that? They're control freaks. Because there's a push on the globe right now for a one-child policy for the whole world. You can only have one child. And plus Henry Kissinger said, make it your goal to depopulate. He penned it in 1973. We can use food as a weapon. They have fluoride in the water. They're poisoning us. And I want to lay this out too. If you guys want to check it out. Your smart meters are actually killing you by design because they're really shooting radiation into your house. It's an invisible war. And they can tell when you're in the shower, when you're taking a bath. They can tell, they know everything. The smart meters, they're surveilling you. Check it out, antismartmeters.com. And you can check out Catherine something, spychips.com. This is what their main goal. They want to go to a cashless society because that's the only thing that's hindering them from controlling us. Once we're in total cashless society, they have absolute control over everybody. Because think about it. You go to a store, you pull out your credit card, and says, oh, you're over withdrawal, so you can't use your credit card because you're over withdrawal. You owe this amount of debt, so you have nothing on it. It's froze. It's okay, I'm going to pull out cash. Now I can use cash. But if you're in a cashless society, you're screwed. You can't do that. You can't do it at all. Suppose for some reason they don't like you, so they freeze your account or whatever. That's why this is the dangers of the technology today. This is the dangers of the technology today. And as I was saying about reproducing the world's population, like Henry Kissinger, the Secretary of State, he actually said this to, I forget which country it was, but to give the woman shots, just women, to inject the woman with shots, the girls with shots, sterilization. He's sterilizing the woman so they can't get pregnant. So they can't get pregnant. Like, what is that? He's sterilizing them so they can't get pregnant, and says, if you don't sterilize these women, we're not sending you money over. We're not sending you any money. We're not sending you nothing. You see? So they give them the women the shots. It screws up their hormones and everything, so they can't get pregnant. So they can't get pregnant. Oh yeah, that's what I want to talk to you guys about before. Remember about the food? About the food. If you'll be charged as a criminal. Like Al Gore, that guy's a liar. Al Gore saying global warming. Global warming is the biggest hoax of all. It's not even true. It's we protect the environment. They can seize your private property. They can take your possessions. They can say, oh, this is all to protect the environment. And he's the biggest liar. He's the one that said he invented the internet, and it found out later that he didn't. He's a liar. It's all it is about control. Absolute control, absolute power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Like David Rockefeller, he says, some people say that we're part of a shadow group or society, one world if you want to call it. I'm guilty and I'm proud of it. See, these people give no bones about it. They're setting up a world government. They don't like freedom. They don't like nothing. They want to get rid of our nationalism, our independence, of everything. Our country has been hijacked by globalists. Our country's hands are in handcuffs. They're bringing in world government. Put it that way. They're bringing in a world government. They're going to do it. Like they said, everything is in place and no one can stop us. People are going to have to get used to change, and there's nothing they can do about it. Like they said, if whoever's against it, they're going to kill them. But they said they're going to kill them secretly, but that's not going to happen. Well, maybe it is. Some people will be killed secretly, but not everybody, because you have to go by what Scripture says. The Bible says that they were beheaded. It's going to be known. They're going to scare the people. If you don't take the mark of the beast, your head's going to get chopped off. They're going to put fear in the people. You don't take the mark, we're going to cut your head off. You're going to die. You want to die or do you want to live? You see, this is what these people are going to do. I'm telling you right now. They're control freaks. And it's significant. You see, the Bible says, because before I wasn't feeling well. So I'm going to quote text as it is. That's why I couldn't say it good, because of something. Revelation chapter 13 from 16 to 18. He causes all, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. And without the mark, no one can buy or sell, except he who has the mark of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for his number of a man, and his number is 666. See, the right hand, exactly as the Bible said. And that's what they're talking about, the right hand. God told us all this before. So that's what they're planning. They want to bankrupt the nations, bankrupt the governments, bankrupt the banks. That's why everything's going to happen. Everything's going to break out. And they said we need to come up with a new system, because even David Rockefeller, in his own memoir, said we're on the verge of a global transformation. All that we need now is a major crisis, and the nations will accept the New World Order. And then you have, what's his name? Henry Kissinger. He's being interviewed. He said, we have elected Obama at this time to create the New World Order. And look, everything that Henry Kissinger said he was going to do, he's doing it. He's doing it right now. Now, Obama was not elected by the people. He was elected by the elite. He's a puppet. There's people behind Obama as a shadow group. People are controlling him. They're using him to bring in a New World Order. Like they said, Henry Kissinger said it, we have elected Obama at this time to create the New World Order. And Henry Kissinger said, we must forge ahead or retreat to chaos. And when they were interviewing him, he said, well, in a time of crisis is a unique opportunity. It's not just a crisis, but really a New World Order can be created. A New World Order can emerge. You see, the impossible is possible in a time of crisis. Like the other guy, never let a good crisis go to waste. Like it's all in their documents. They actually said they engineered the financial collapse in 2008 so they can extend more power and more control. And then Russia and China, all the other countries, we're saying the only way that we can solve this economic crisis is if we set up a one world currency. It's going to be pushed. I'm telling you, it's going to be pushed through the IMF. They're going to get a world currency with a world government with a one single leader. They'll control everything. A governing body, man. I'm telling you. It's coming down the line, guys. I'm telling you right now. And what else? Yeah, Obama. We can no longer afford to be divided. We must tie global citizenship together. No matter how weak a country or how strong a country is, we must cooperate with one another. We don't have a choice. It's the one way. It's the only way. Leadership in Washington will not remove this burden off of us. You see that? For our nation and for all nations. And then Gordon Brown, the Prime Minister of Britain, we're nothing shorter than a global constitution. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, a new world order is emerging. And then Al Gore says we'll do it through global governance. And then here in Canada, Stephen Harper. I know many, like I've told Canadians before, it's no longer called a Canadian economy. It's called global economy. A global economy. Stephen Harper threw the Canadian sovereignty out the window. Okay? Stephen Harper traded our sovereignty for globalism. Like, I know many people, they don't like the idea because it's away with national sovereignty, but it's a simple reality. It's a simple reality. That's why they're uniting all the countries. That's why they're erasing borders. That's why they're bringing Canada, U.S. and Mexico. And Stephen Harper already has a prosperity and security partnership with U.S. and Mexico. That's why they want to unite the countries. And that was all planned by the Council on Foreign Relations. This has nothing to do with trade. This is all planned and laid out on tables, ladies and gentlemen. Meetings, secretive meetings, without the approval of the people. Secretive. This is against the Logana. This is all planned out. They're going to bring Canada, U.S., and Mexico into one super state. And like I said before, it's going to fail. All the countries are going to shift to Europe, and that's where we will join the European Union. One world government. Everyone's going to surrender their national sovereignty to an all-powerful world government. And then I go to a cashless society. Like I said, they want to bring in biometrics. They're going to have to take a picture of your face. So your face will become your national ID card. And then they'll do your eye, so you can do an eye erase. And then your hand and your fingers. Now you're in the system. Now you're there. Now you're their property. You belong to them. They can create whatever they want about you. It's been done in the past. They actually said that they actually share biometric data information commercially, and they manipulate information. They transfer it between different government agencies, law enforcement agencies about you. They can create whatever they want, a false profile, whatever. That's the dangers of this technology. So that's why banks want to get rid of cash. Governments want to get rid of cash. Law enforcement agencies want to get rid of cash. They said this is going to stop prostitution, bank robberies, taxi invasions. And by the way, the money's dirty and the old system is crumbling. We need to go to a new system. You know why it's crumbling? Because it's all by design, ladies and gentlemen. They are bank robbing this country, and these people no longer have a love for their country. These people have come to a realization that we have reached a global age. And by the way, this was on Fox News, that Obama was at the G8 summit bringing in the New World Order. President Bush Sr., there's a new world coming into view, and it won't be the law of the jungle, but the law of law. And when we're successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order. It's a big idea. It's a big idea. A new partnership of nations has begun. And the list goes on and on. They are bringing in world government, people. Wake up! Do your research! Wake up, man! I'm telling you, it's coming down the line. And when it happens, it's not going to be you believing in it. It's going to be reality slapping you in the face. Okay? It's coming down the line, man. It's amazing. I'm amazed of where we are today. Because this was all prophesied in the Bible. And you see it all being fulfilled. It's literally amazing. And everything is here. And plus George Bush, they're all part of Bohemian Grove. The two cousins, Bush and his cousin, they're both members of Skull and Bones. What does that tell you? These people are Luciferians. Like, I can go on, man. This is incredible. You're going to have to thumb scan to travel. You're going to have to thumb scan to go on the computer. Get your license plate scanned through biometrics. You name it. They want to go into internet censorship. That's why it comes to that. I'm not going to be on the computer anymore because they want to take everything about it. We need a World Bank for the world, a one World Bank, and so on. And the United Nations in their charter said we want to redescend national sovereignty that made nations a sovereign state. Like, it's in their own documents. They decide who decides who lives and who dies. They want to depopulate the world. It's to protect the world's environment. They're liars. They're liars. It's all about control. That's all it's about. So this is all I got to say, ladies and gentlemen. May you pass this message on. If you want to know, do your research and you'll see that it's true. And it's all Bible prophecy coming to pass. That's all I got to say, and God bless you all.